asks Irvine, do Meghan Markle and Prince Harry actually want to be stripped of their titles? Donald Trump is not my favorite person. But I couldn't help feeling a certain grudging admiration for the old dunderhead last week. Asked what he thought of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's decision to interfere in the U.S. presidential election, he just gave a wry smile and said, "I wish a lot of luck to Harry. Because he's gonna need it." Mr. Trump doesn't always have a great way with words, but even his Saint-Ernest critic would have to concede that, on this occasion, he displayed an admirable flash of wit. A member of the British royal family, a scion of empire, telling Americans how to vote in their own elections? Good luck with that, Harry. Because, of course, the Yanks famously love being bossed around by pampered English princes. Look how well it turned out for George III. Seriously, though, if Harry and Meghan hope to boost Grandpa Biden's poll ratings, they may well have just shot themselves in the Manolos. If there's one thing guaranteed to get your average, red-blooded Republican off straight to the polling booth, it's the sight of a couple of entitled celebrities accusing them of being ignorant hate-mongers, from the comfort of an £11 million mansion. At home, too, this intervention marks a turning point in the increasingly toxic soap opera of Harry and Meghan. Because what the prince has just done, break the cardinal rule of British royalty, that is to say openly intervene in not just an election, but a foreign election, takes the growing rift between him and the palace, to borrow a term from the American military, to DEFCON 3. It would appear to be, and I am increasingly certain of this, a deliberate act of aggression designed to leave the Queen with no choice but to strip the pair of their royal titles. Such an act would play perfectly to their imagined narrative of always being the victims. The speed with which Harry has gone from being the most relatable member of the royal family to someone who appears intent on not only rejecting everything the institution stands for but doing his utmost to undermine it, is astonishing. It had already become clear, even before he met Meghan, that the prince was struggling to find his feet as a royal. He harbored a lot of pent-up resentment, not only towards the constraints of the institution itself, but also towards his family for the way his mother had been treated. I don't think it was any coincidence that he chose as his bride a woman who was always going to struggle with the restrictions of monarchy. He wanted out, whether he realized it fully or not, and Meghan was his ticket. Had he married some honking Camilla, content to push a pram around Windsor while wearing a pair of wellies and a barber, he would have been forever trapped in the role of spare, relegated to a life in his brother's shadow. Always the also-ran, like his Uncle Andrew. Meghan was never going to put up with that kind of life. That was abundantly clear right from the start to anyone with eyes in their head. This way, he gets to find freedom and sock it to the institution which, it is increasingly apparent, he despises. No more dreary wet weekends pressing the flesh with commoners for Harry, it's all Netflix and chia seeds now. And the fact that, by his actions, he is boxing his family, and with it his long-suffering granny, into a corner is just the cherry on the cake. So, yes, Mr. Trump is right to wish Harry luck. After all, it's a huge gamble he's taking. I just hope the poor deluded boy knows what he's letting himself in for.